boys and girls. This is your math lesson for Wednesday, May 6th. I forgot the date. No, it's May 5th. May 5th. Wednesday, May 5th. Okay, so there has been a change. I did not put the correct lesson on for math today. So our lesson for today is actually measuring time in seconds. There is a small change as far as the assessment and all of that stuff, but I will let everyone know that once we get to the end here. So the first thing we need to do, let me move my face up here, get that out of the way. Okay, so measuring time in, so let's take a look. So our goals for today say I can measure time in seconds, and then think about a couple of things. What are some tools we can use to measure time, and what are some ways you measure time in real life? Well, here's an example here. If you look at the picture of these Olympic runners running a race, this is a way that we measure time. We use time in real life. As these runners are completing the race, they are being timed. And in the case that maybe two runners are very, very close, when they cross the finish line, what they're going to look at are their actual times. So they're being timed by someone to help determine the winner of the race. So that's one way that we use time in real life. So on this slide, it says, what are some tools we can use to measure time? Well, right here, this little red stopwatch, and I know my face is a little bit in the way, but this is one way. It's called a stopwatch. I'm not sure if you have seen this in gym class, but maybe you have. And it's very simple. You hold it in your hand. You have a start button and a stop button, and it keeps your time for you. Another way you might keep time is with a clock. And this little red hand here keeps the seconds for you. So like 1, 2, 3. It moves in seconds. So that would be another way if you needed to measure how long it took to do something and you had one of these clocks, you could use that to help you count the seconds. What's cool is that you can even find a stopwatch online. I've used these before in my classroom, and you can Google online stopwatch. Who knew? And very simple to use. So even they're available online. A watch is another way to measure time. Again, on this particular watch, you see the green line here. This measures the seconds. And I'm sure most of you have used a stopwatch or some kind of timer on maybe your phone, your iPod, your iPad, mom or dad's phone, because I hope that, well, maybe some of you have a phone, but I think all phones, iPods, iPads, things like that, all of them have some sort of timer built in them when you get them now. And another way is, this is a little bit different than all of the others, but this is a microwave. So how do we use time when we're talking about a microwave? How do time and microwave, how do they go together? Well, when you put your food in the microwave, what do you have to do to make it work? You have to put in the time or the seconds. If you're heating up a piece of pizza and you put it in the microwave, you have to put a time in there. So maybe you're going to put 45 seconds in there. That's how long you want it to cook. So you're telling the microwave how long you want it to cook your food. So that's another way we keep time. All right, so Mrs. Humans has been so kind and has shared a video with us of her and her kids completing the activity that you will do today. So we are going to watch Mrs. Humans and her family give us a great example of how to complete this assignment. This assignment is in your math journal. On page 31. If you do not have a math journal, I will show you, or I will tell you what you can do instead of using the journal to complete the assignment for today. So let's take a look at Mrs. Human's video.
Hi friends, today we're working on math 9. It's in your green math book on page 31.
Oh boy.
is here to help me with a timer. He's using the stopwatch on another camera or a phone while we're videoing. Let me introduce you to my girls. Lily in 6th grade and Eliza in 3rd grade. We're going to be working on measuring our time in seconds in the backyard since it's such a pretty day. So, Andrew, timer, are you ready? All right, girls, you're going to walk to the fence and back, just normal walking. You may go.
This is the first thing you will do, just a regular
I think they might be trying to race a little bit, friends. What do you think? All right, what's the time, Brew? All right, so in 12 seconds, that's how long it took the girls to walk. So in your book, you would write how many seconds it takes you to walk across a room or your yard. All right, girls, next up is tiptoeing. This might be kind of hard to do in flip-flops.
2, 1, go.
Don't know if that's really tiptoeing, but we're gonna count it. And the time is 11 seconds. So almost the same. So under tiptoeing, put your time. All right, girls, now what is our new activity going to be? Piggyback riding. All right, let's go. This is your turn to pick a fun way. You may go.
The third one, you choose your
Oh gosh, you better hurry, the timer's gonna start. All right, let's go. If we're gonna make it, friends.
Oh boy.
This is definitely harder than it looks. Keep going. Oh, they gave up and ran. And the time is 45 seconds. Woo! So in your book, friends, we're gonna label that as piggy back running. And then you would draw a picture of yourselves. We'll just draw the running part. And at the bottom it says circle the way that took the shortest time. So we have a 12, an 11, and a 45. The smallest number for us is tiptoeing.
All right, boys and girls. So that was kind of a fun video. We'll have to wait a second for the screen to, there we go back here. Okay, so as you saw, Mrs. Humans, the first thing that the girls did was they just walked, a regular walk. You're not speed walking, you're not mall walking, you're just walking. So just a plain walk, maybe from one side of the room to the other. If you're outside, if it's a nice day, go outside and try it. So walking is the first activity, and you're going to have mom or dad time you while you do that. Then you're going to try tiptoeing, and then you're going to have somebody time you do that, and you record that on your sheet. The third activity, or the third timed activity, is anything that you would like to do. So maybe you want to crab walk, or skip, or walk backwards, or even just run as fast as you can. And you will have somebody time you, and then you will record that down here. And if you do have the worksheet and you're going to use the worksheet, then I want you to write right here what your activity is. So if you're skipping, write that there and then write your time. And then the last thing that it asked you to do was to circle the one that is the, circle the activity that took the least amount of time. All right. So here we go, boys and girls. It's your turn now. You will need your green math book, if you have one, page 31. You need a stopwatch or a timer. Again, your phone, use your phone, iPad, something like that. If you have one of these, then there is a timer somewhere on it. So everyone should hopefully have a timer. Now, if you do not have a math workbook or your page 31 is already complete, then you can just simply do something like this. I don't know. Sorry, I'm trying to get it in here. So all I did is I'm actually writing on the back of our packet. Okay, I have walk, and then I have a line that's so I can write how many seconds it took me, and then I have the tiptoe, and I'm going to write how many seconds it took. And then down here at the bottom, there we go. My choice would have been skipping. So skip and then how many seconds. And then all you have to do is circle the one that took the least amount of time. All right. So, again, our goals for today where I can measure time in seconds, and we are doing that. And what you're going to figure out is which way took the longest, walking or tiptoeing, and what other ways did you try to move today? So that all of those things helped us meet our goal today. And then something that we were thinking about as we move through the lessons were tools that we can use to measure time. So I hope you remembered a couple of those that we talked about very briefly. And what are some ways you measure time in real life? So I gave you the example of the Olympic runners, and then I also gave you the example of a microwave and using the time to help cook our food. So is there another way you can think of that you measure time in real life? All right, boys and girls. Well, so for today, like I said, it changed. The assessment also changed. So what you will do is complete the worksheet in your math journal or just something plain like this, whatever works best for you or whatever you have. And you're going to take a picture of that and have someone send it to me on Parent Square or email. All right, boys and girls, have fun doing this activity. If it is a nice day, I don't look prior to Wednesday, May 6th. If it's a nice day, go outside and try it. It's so much more fun outside. All right, guys, have a great day, and I'll see you all on Friday.